everyone, it's Chloe and welcome back to another video on my channel. Today we are building a kind of small holiday cabin in Granite Falls. Now, I missed last week's upload and I almost missed today's upload. This is going to be uploaded a lot later than I usually would, but I have been bogged down with assignments. This week is deadline week for the semester, and even after that I'm not finished. I managed to find a new job, so I'm going to be working and working whenever I can, and then when I'm not working I will be streaming or sleeping. But I'm going to try my best to upload a video every Monday. There will be some exceptions because, you know, I'm only human. But I really wanted to upload a video today. I've wanted to start doing some Christmassy builds, and by Christmas I mean probably just the world being snowy and maybe featuring a Christmas tree in it. That's probably going to be my definition of Christmas. So I'm in Granite Falls. I'm on one of the smaller lots at the bottom. I think this is a 40 by 30, I think. And I'm using a new foundation tool and the terrain tools to create a bridge over a small stream, and then the cabin will sit behind it. So since the new patch came out with the terrain tools, there have been kind of a lot of tutorials showing how to do bridges and how to get around certain things, like you can't connect walls and rooms with different foundations, but there's always going to be a workaround for everything, and there are tutorials everywhere about it. The way I learnt this was I watched Kate Emerald's tutorial about how to build a bridge. I feel like she is like the queen of tutorials, so I will link that in the description if you wanted to see a bit more on how to do the bridge. But basically you build a 2-tile or any tile room, and then one on top, so you've got 2 stories, and then you drag the bottom one down so that the top floor comes to the level that you want your bridge, and then you delete the walls. So then you have a bridge, and then you connect them with stairs, and it's always a little bit buggy. I found with the new terrain tools that I'm missing roofs and I'm missing walls and floors, but for the most part there is a workaround. So I end up changing this stream a little bit. I make it wider in parts, and I end up going around and landscaping the edge with a lot of different plants, some being jungle adventure, and at the time I didn't realise that the jungle adventure plants didn't go snowy when it snows, so I used, which ones did I use? I used some jungle adventure plants. I don't remember which ones right now. But when I came to put the snow down, they stayed green, which I thought looked a bit weird. So I ended up going around and covering them with some other snowy plants. So you'll see that a bit later. But I changed the shape of the bridge, so I made it into a, what would you say that was? A zigzag shape? I don't know. It's just not straight anymore. And then I start building the cabin at some point. I changed the lake again. I wanted it to snake round more, and then there's a little bit at the edge with like a lawned area and some trees and stuff like that. So the cabin was inspired by a picture that I saw on Pinterest. I kind of had to adapt it because, as you can see, there's not a lot of space here. It involved a lot of roofing dilemmas. There was a lot of like sticking roofs together and doing things that were complicated, and I most probably will cut those bits out. But I would say this cabin was on the more traditional side with modern twists. You know me, I like my modern twists with the extensions and glasses and roofs and windows and things. But I think this turned out to be 3 bedrooms or 2. I think it might be 2 bedrooms actually. I think I did a double bedroom, like a master bedroom, and then there was a single bedroom for a teen girl, I believe. This is also CC free. It will be on the gallery. It's not right now because I have not actually done the video tour or screenshots or thumbnail. I usually do that before I do a voiceover. I usually voice over my videos when they are completely done, and then when the voiceover is done, I just export it and then upload it. But I am in a time crunch like never before, and I just thought, I've got this video semi-edited, I have the footage, so I'm just gonna start speaking over it. So the house is, I would say it's kind of like an owl shape, to be honest. It's kind of small. The floor plan was easy to do because people say that when you have lots of bump outs, it's easy to make rooms from it as opposed to a normal square, which is weird because you'd think that the square would be easier to floor plan, but it's actually not. So as you can see, I've used a glass roof. I think that goes down onto the kitchen. Yeah, onto the kitchen. And then there's an extension with another glass roof, which becomes the dining room, plus a little sitting room. I have used the new Get Famous roof, which I love. I love that roof. Yes, that roof is delicious. And there was a lot of messing around with shapes and making things work. I don't think I restricted myself with packs, but as always I use a lot of seasons. There's a lot of Get Famous in this because I think this was my first proper build. Apart from my Mediterranean dream home, which was the last video, which I'll link in the description because I love that video and the build, I think this was one of my first ones that I did. So I actually built this with a collab in mind, but I ended up saying that I wanted a different lot. There's a story behind that, which you may hear about when the collab comes out, which will come out on the 24th of December. I have started building on the lot, but I don't know if I want to use it for the collab or not. I kind of have an idea of what I want to do on the lot, but it's going to be a bit complicated and probably a bit out of my reach. But we're going to see what we can do. So here we can see this cabin is more on the modern side. I lied, it's not traditional at all. I think I've used the Get Famous windows quite a lot, and obviously Seasons, because I love the Seasons windows. I think they're amazing. So I mean, it is, I would say maybe it's a converted cabin. So it used to be like run down, and you can see where I've used the brick and the wood. It kind of looks like a cabin, but someone's come and they've changed the windows to modern windows and they've updated it to the 21st century. Here I am going around the edge of the lake or the stream, whatever you want to call it, and putting are they base game? Yep, they're base game shrubs that I really love. I think they're a staple of everyone's landscaping. These go snowy, but I think I use they're like algae in the pond bit of the catalogue, and I use because we have a jungle adventure. These ones, they're get together, but we also have a jungle adventure, which is a slightly different green. But I would have thought that the get together ones would turn snowy because, you know, they're from Get Together and they're from Windenburg. But in fact they stay green in snow, and it looked very, very odd. So basically I went over and I just placed the base game shrubs over the top to hide it, basically. So here you can see I am turning it snowy, and you can see there's so much green and it doesn't look right at all. This is actually one of my first times I'm using Seasons and the snow. I know it's hard to believe, but I don't play the game a lot, and obviously you don't really use the snow until winter? I don't know, maybe you do, but I don't. I have a strict rule on my stream mainly that there was no Christmas music before the 1st of December, which went off without a hitch. There was some discipline to be held in my stream where people were trying to sneak Christmas songs in before the 1st of December, and I'll admit I did let a few slip, but they were vetoed very quickly. So we are moving into the inside, not the outside. We've done the outside, Chloe. The inside. It's very light and bright, and I can only put that down to my style. My personal style is very light and bright and airy. I don't really use dark and warm browns very well. I tend to stick to warmer greys. They are kind of in my comfort zone. But I think I go with the Jungle Adventure Kitchen in the brown and grey colour, and it's all very modern and just my style basically. If I try and do a different style, I end up getting just frustrated that I don't like the way it looks. So I tend to just do what I feel like I want to do and what I like, and it usually turns out good. And I believe that if you put content out that you like, I feel like it attracts other people who might like it too. If you're putting content out that you don't like, I don't think anyone else will appreciate it. I don't know, that's just the way I think. So here I am just cluttering up the kitchen. I think I am in kind of a rut with my kitchen clutter. It tends to be the same objects, but when it's CC free, you can't really blame me, can you? But to be fair, with CC, I don't really put a lot of different items other than these. I think the only variations would probably be plants. So yes, it's a very simple kitchen. We will move on to the dining room in a little bit, which is in the extension. I put a dining table and also a small informal seating area where you can look out to the lake. I think I end up using the Get Famous table with the laundry day chairs. I don't think this changes. And then here's the seating area. I'm using the Seasons couches in the purple swatch, which I don't use very often, but I think it really works. And also the new Get Famous coffee table, which looking at it now, I think looks a little bit big. But actually, Peacemaker has just released some shrunken coffee table CC, but I don't think he did the Get Famous ones. He did a few base game ones, Jungle Adventure and Parenthood, I think. Oh, I don't use the laundry day. I use the... what are they? What are those chairs from? I don't know where they're from, but I do like them. And then do I use this gold Christmas tree? Really? I like how you look through your footage and you question your decisions sometimes, because I'm not sure if I would necessarily go with the gold tree, but maybe I do. But if you want to download this using my gallery ID, which is chloeessims, 2 E's, 2 S's, then feel free to change any colour swatches and anything about this build, because I feel like when you put your build up on the gallery, then you hand it over to whoever wants to download it. And I don't know about anyone else, but I would let anyone change anything. They could even bulldoze it if they wanted to. So this is the living room. I actually really like this room. It's small and it's very cozy. I think I put another Christmas tree in there. You can never have too many Christmas trees at Christmas, can you? I put the Vintage Glamour. Is it Vintage Glamour? Oh boy, I don't know what it is. These side tables with the vampires fireplace. I think it looks pretty good as a unit, to be honest. And then those Get Famous lamps are my favourite. I used the base game couches. It took a while to figure out the layout because it is a very long and narrow room, so there's not much room to do things in this living room. Here's the coffee table. It's always a job to find something that fits. It's either too big, too small. Oh, it's a struggle. And I also decorate this room Christmassy. I use all the Seasons Christmas stuff, and also the free holiday pack that we got. Was it last year? I think that's actually a really good pack. It came with a lot. Considering it was a free update thingy, then I think that was actually pretty good. And I think we're getting another one. I think we're getting another patch soon to fix things, because I don't know if any of you have noticed, but the ceilings, when you go into the cinematic camera mode or live mode, if you look up at the ceilings, they are a very dark grey or blue. I've seen people's games being more blue than mine, but that's because I use reshade. But in my game they're very dark. They're not as white as they used to be, and I really need that to be fixed, because in my opinion, it ruins the look of the screenshots or the video tour or whatever I'm doing. I know a lot of people hate with a passion the white ceilings, but I would take the white ceilings over what we have now any day. So I really love how this living room turned out. The rug with the couches I love, and then I used the seasons cards. It's the first time that I've been able to use the Christmas items because, as I said earlier, when seasons came out, it was like, what was it, summer? I think it was the beginning of summer. So there wasn't really a reason to use seasons Christmas stuff, you know? Same as Halloween. You wouldn't use Halloween stuff in summer. I don't know, maybe it's just me. I also really like what I've done here. I've used some of the seasons, I don't even know what they are. I sized down the thingies. They may be like hats, Christmas hats, and I used them as like place settings, which I thought was a cute detail. And then we're on to the bathroom now. This Get Famous sink is beautiful. I love it. I've used it in all of my builds that I've done thus far. And in this swatch, it's really versatile. I do a lot of my bathrooms the same, and if there's more than one bathroom in the build, I tend to only show one, or I tend to cut them out altogether because, I mean, once you've seen one bathroom from me, you've seen them all, you know what I mean? So unless I do something particularly different, like I'm using some different CC, or if I'm using different objects, or if it's a different style, then I will just cut it out. But this is a pretty simple bathroom. I think there's only one in this build. Actually, saying that, I think there's one downstairs. I believe there should be a bathroom on all floors, because when you're playing, I mean, even the little amount of time that I've spent playing, you need a bathroom because your Sims, they need it. So moving on to the main bedroom, again, I've used Get Famous in abundance. The 70s style mid-century furniture is beautiful. The rugs are so up my street. I've actually really wanted to do a mid-centuries 70s style build. There are a few going round now, but I would really love to do my take on it. So the builds that are going to come up over the next few weeks on my channel up until Christmas, providing that I can get them up, will be probably normal builds, and I'll just shove a Christmas tree in there and call it Christmassy. I think that's just the way to go. A lot of people are doing Christmas villages, which are so cute, and actually I've seen a few people do like ski lodges and ski centers, and they've used the terrain tools to make the ski lifts and stuff, which is, I think, is absolutely incredible. I love watching stuff like that, but I don't know if I could pull it off. I probably couldn't. My comfort zone is very much family homes. I don't do a lot of community lots, and I don't tend to steer away from family homes that often. When I do, it's because I'm in the mood for it, and often it turns out being a fluke. So this is the teen girl's room. I mean, I say teen girl, it can be for anyone. I've used the stone brick wall as an accent, which I really like. There's a fireplace because there is a chimney behind it. And I think I've used a lot of parenthood stuff. I've used the seasons bed, which I'm in love with, in the blue swatch, which I think is a nice contrast to the pink walls. And we are coming to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching this. I will hopefully be back on Monday with a Christmassy build. If you liked this video, don't forget to give it a like. Subscribe if you want to see more from me, and I will be back in my next one. Bye guys!